Hello chess friends, welcome to the channel. Another video from day one of the Grand Chess Tour in Paris. Anand with the white pieces against Nepomniachtchi with black. It's a sideline of the Open Sicilian, there is a clear plan, this is a game to watch and study together. Let's get started. Anand with the white pieces opens with d4 and Nepomniachtchi answers with c5, the Sicilian defense. Knight to f3, d6, d4, the Open Sicilian, c captures on d4, knight recaptures and knight to f6 attacking the central pawn. Knight to c3 defending the pawn and here comes a6, this is the Najdorf. g3, this is the fianchetto variation. Anand played this variation really few times and not with great results, so let's watch today what he has in mind. e5 attacking the knight, knight back to b3 and now bishop to e7. Bishop to g2, short castle for black and short castle for white. Knight to c6, this is a good move that is not often played because black generally prefers to develop first the bishop to e6 and then to play knight to d7. h3, this is a novelty and the game is now original. Nepomniachtchi continues with h6, not a bad move but seems a bit a waste of time. Bishop to e3 and knight to a5, knight captures and queen to d2 completing the development. The black queen moves back to c7, here comes a4 and bishop to e6. a5, rook in a goes to c8, so putting more pressure on the c file, and after rook in f goes to c1, now we understand that Anand's idea is clear. Anand wants to advance his pawns on the queen side, supporting them with all of the heavy pieces. Rook in f goes to e8 and knight to d5 attacking both the queen and the bishop. This is a good move that clears the c file. Now, better for black to capture with the knight, because after he captured then bishop to f5, this bishop is now on a good diagonal. Instead, after knight to d5, Nepomniachtchi captures with the bishop. Bishop captures on d5. Now, he captures on d5. The knight moves to h7, and there are two ideas behind this move. The first one is to push f5, but there is also another idea. Bishop to g5, with the idea of taking away the bishop pair from white's hand and exchanging the good white bishop. So that's why Anand continues with h4, controlling g5 so that bishop to g5 is not playable anymore, and Nepomniachtchi continues with f5. Here comes c4, starting to advance the pawns on the queen side, and f4. G captures, bishop captures on h4, and notice how the light square bishop in this type of positions is more a defensive piece than the best bishop that we are used to see in the open games. c5, this is a great pawn advance because capturing the pawn is a disaster. Here comes d6 attacking the queen, queen to d7, queen to d5 with check, king to h8, and now f captures on e5, a couple of connected and advanced pass pawns. White is clearly winning the game. So after c5, here comes rook in c, goes to d8, and c6. Now there is also the idea of bishop to b6 winning the exchange, also winning the game. So queen to f7 to avoid the skewer, and rook to a4 controlling the fourth rank. He captures, rook captures attacking the queen, also forking the bishop, but the bishop can move back to f6. Rook back to b4, now attacking b7, and rook to e7 protecting the 7th rank. Now again, instead of rook to e7, b captures on c6 doesn't work because there is d captures on c6. Now there is the winning move, bishop to d5 winning the queen, so king to h8, but now c7 can be played, and after rook to c8, queen to c2, and then bishop to b7, the game is won. So that's why rook to e7 is a good move. Queen to c2, now supporting even more c6, bishop to g5, bishop captures, knight captures, and here comes f4, pushing the knight back to h7. Queen to b3, now b7 is the target, and Nepomniachtchi continues with knight to f8. Now, if we go back one move, instead of knight to f8, rook to b8 seems better, and white must pay attention to find the right plan, because bishop to h3 doesn't work. Here comes knight to f8. Now rook to c2 because the queen can give check. Queen to g6, rook to g2, but queen to b1 with check is dangerous, is boring this position. King to h2, now rook to e1 with the idea of rook to h1. Queen to c3, threatening checkmate in 1, but after rook capture on h1 with check, the king will block the line of the rook. Here comes h5, and black can find a series of checks and probably will find a draw. So after rook to b8, what to play? So queen to g3 is a great idea, because white must create new targets, forcing the black rooks to defend them and be able to push c7. If now knight to f6, here comes f5, rook to e5, but here comes c7, rook to c8, rook captures on b7, and the game is won. So finding new targets after rook to b8. But let's go back to our game. We said after queen to b3, knight to f8, rook captures on b7, rook captures, and queen captures on b7. Queen captures on f4, attacking the rook, rook to f1, and queen to e3 with check. With king to h1, there are no more queen checks, so rook to e8, and now queen to f7 with check, supported by the rook. King to h7, queen to f5 with check, knight to g6, shield the king, but now the knight is pinned. c7 finally comes, also the queen is controlling c8, so queen to c5 with the idea of controlling c8 a second time, but here comes bishop to e4, a second attack against this knight that is not possible to protect anymore, so black must sacrifice the exchange, rook captures, and queen captures on c7. The dangerous pawn is finally out of play, but Nepomniachtchi resigns. Why? Because here rook to g1 will come, the queen must protect the knight, queen to f7, and now b4. h5 seems one of the few playable moves, and now a classic endgame tactic. Queen captures, rook captures, king captures, and here comes b5, and one of these two pawns will promote first. A captures on b5, a6, only two moves to become a queen, the king is out of the square, and white wins this endgame. So it was a beautiful positional game by Anand, 49 years old and still so strong. So our video is over, I hope that you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because many more great games are coming. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Goodbye.